Dennis Lane is Executive Director of Whatcom Community Television and Communication. Dennis, thanks for being a guest on Northwest Notebook. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ty, for inviting me.
So explain to our viewers at home exactly what your organization is all about.
Whatcom Community Television and Communications is a 501c3 nonprofit that came together about 10 or 12 years ago. It came together during the franchise agreement that was running out in, I believe, 95, 96, which was putting out a bid for public access. Public access is part of the FCC's 76 mandate of telecommunications, early mandate to put the public first and to have a channel in which public communities can begin to interact in. We became an advocacy and educational group by holding several conferences around the county and in the community of Bellingham. And over the years, we've been trying to connect with other groups that were also interested in community media, community broadcasting. We look at low-power radio, we look at public access television, and we also look at community information technology as being three legs in which the community could really grasp and begin to have a basis for themselves within the community to dialogue and speak with each other.
Do you think people just don't understand that there are capabilities out there to communicate with one another? They just have to know how to use these things?
I think it's easier for consumerism to have a passive group that wants to be on the couch and not be interactive. And also, I think people aren't aware of the technology. I think that right now, where technology is coming from, people don't realize how interactive and how much a part of it that we can play. It's really a great and fascinating tool that we should all be more aware of and actively working with. It's kind of Marshall McLuhan come alive right now.
You said in an interview recently that citizens need to be more literate in the ways of the media, just like reading and writing. They need to know how the media works.
In fact, that's what I was telling the Washington State Senate just recently. That a literate community, an informed community, a community that understands the media, the technology, is going to be one that that is going to be a win-win for everybody. It's going to be a win for students who are able to apply their knowledge that they're learning in school. Most schools have television and are blogging and have computers and things like things like that. But when they step out into the world, even just for a summer, it's hard for them to apply that knowledge. To be able to apply that knowledge within the community, and to work with trained professionals and the community at large, a literacy can begin to grow through that kind of activity that really makes it a win-win kind of situation for everybody.
How much progress do you think that your group has made in educating the public? Do you sense something in the grassroots?
Yeah, in a sense of it, that there's always an expanding circle of more and more people who wonder why don't we have more of a public voice? Why, when I want to speak about an issue or hear more about a particular issue, I'm not hearing it. I have to hear it from Olympia or regional wise or even national wise on public broadcasting or somewhere like that. Why aren't there discussions more locally about some of the things? Why isn't there a lot more voices about what's going on?
You have had a success story, the low-powered radio station in Van Zant, right, that went on the air. Am I wrong? Was it April that it went on the air? And tell us how that's gone so far.
Well, actually, it's been KMRE FM in Bellingham and Van Zant's. Both applied in 2000 for licenses. Van Zant's was able to come on, as you said, in April '06, and is broadcasting out of what was once a one-room schoolhouse.
Right. I've been there.
and it's fascinating to see like Build It and people will come, because it has really brought a large part of the segments of the community that normally wouldn't speak to each other.
And my understanding is in Van Zant, it's really geographically challenged when it comes to getting other radio stations into that area. So this station is pretty critical.
Yes, it is. And I'm surprised how the North Fork people are very much interested in coming and wanting to be a part and have more of a voice. When I was doing a radio show called Whatcom View with Pete Kremen and Jim Miller from the Council of Governments, Pete Kremen from Whatcom County Executive Office here, and we were talking about the North and South Fork, and the enthusiasm that came between the people that were talking was like so great to hear them talking about little known community histories and stuff like that, but also too the connections of bringing people together.
Can you use this as a model to show other communities that this can be done?
It's being done in other communities.
Okay.
I think that we need to catch up with what's being done in other communities.
Why do you think we're behind in this area?
You know, I really don't know, and that's the puzzle. It's not like this is not a progressive community. It's not like we don't have education is one of the first words that tumble out on people's lips, and to leave a legacy for our children is one of the second things that really comes out that everybody can agree with. But however, to have a voice versus voicelessness, we seem to go for the side of muffling the technology. Maybe it's because we don't know that much about the technology. And that's the role of WCTC, or Whatcom Community Television and Communications, to educate us more.
Dennis Lane, Executive Director of Whatcom Community Television and Communication. Join us once again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.